Welcome back to another episode here at Old Ride's Garage. This time we're not in my shop, we're in my shop. So this is the home shop, and I got my car this side, and we got Mason over here, and this is his car. So we're going to go ahead and kind of go around, and I'll show you my car, and then we'll go ahead and show you some of his car, and we'll kind of cut back and forth and see what we come up with. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned. So here you go. Here's my car, 1951 Packard 300. It's a longer than a standard Packard because the back seat sits back a little bit farther. It's up on jack stands right now because we're doing some other work, but and we'll get into that here soon. But let's go around to the front or into the interior, and we'll go from there. If you want to walk around, and I'll open up the door. And so as you can see, it's, besides the stereo on the floor and the speaker on there, it's pretty well original inside. A little bit of interior stuff that still needs to be done, but nothing much really different there. Down below, you can kind of see there's a little gauge down there. Might throw a little bit of people for the loop, but that's just oil pressure because these things have idiot lights, and I don't like that. So, and then you can scroll back there, and you can see that's an Ultramatic because it's written on the side there. So, but it is nowhere near that anymore. So let me show you what's underneath the hood. It's been so long I don't even have to open the hood anymore. It hasn't been that long enough. And here's an absolutely filthy, not Packard engine. So when we bought this car, it had the original flathead straight 8 with the Ultramatic automatic transmission, 2-speed. But it needed so much rebuild. It wasn't worth it. And if you know anything about Packard, they're super expensive to rebuild. So we went on the hunt, tried to find an engine transmission combo that we can throw in here that was fairly easy to work on. I wouldn't go this route again, but this is a Chrysler 413 from a motorhome with transmission. Aluminum radiator, electric fan, nothing real crazy, but just your off-the-shelf big block Chrysler. So nothing real. I mean, we got rid of all the heater stuff, and we're still working on putting all that back together. But and it all runs up through a factory harness, or not a factory harness, but a factory-like harness. This whole car is completely wired with newer fuses because these cars didn't come with fuses in 1951. So it has all the dash is integrated, so it runs off the old 6-volt system and still works just like new. Turn the key on, the gas gauge works, temp gauge works, and speedo, which is pretty much all that's in there. But yeah, right now we're doing some suspension work on it because of the altitude. There's the spring. Because you would think a big block all iron Chrysler would be the same weight as a straight 8 flathead Packard. You would be sadly mistaken because they're not even close. And this thing basically sits on the top bump stop, so the full extension bump stops. So it needs an altitude adjustment down. It just sits way too high in the front. So we're working on that right now. And so yeah, we'll dig into that a little bit, and then kind of show you what we're going to do.
Alright, so this is my 1971 Volkswagen Super Beetle. It is very orange and very rusty, as you can see. It's put on custom airbags, well, not custom airbag, but airbag suspension. You can see, also redid the interior. Got a new stereo, and that's all of our air management back there. And yeah, so it's got new seat covers, new carpet, all of the stuff. And we've been doing a bunch of wiring stuff, and yeah, it's about 2 inches off the ground when it's not on the ramps. But yeah, we're currently painting wheels because black wheels look ugly, so they're white now. So yeah, hopefully in the future we can start working on the engine stuff and hopefully put the sunroof back in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can turbo it in the future. That's what I'm looking to do.
Alright, here in the front end, we got stuff tore apart, and I gotta pull this upper, it's not even a ball joint, but it's a knuckle off, so I can bring this forward, and then I can lower everything down and be able to pop that spring off. But I mean, if you look, you can see the spring there. I mean, it's only about that big, but when it comes out, it's about, you can't even see it. It's enormous spring. So I'm going to pull this off, and I'll kind of show you how these come off. There's two nuts. There's a big nut here and a big nut here. And just get it on there and put the impact on, and there's one. You can pull one off without, but you'll need to put a jack underneath it for the second one. So okay, that's good. It's just enough pressure off of it. I can get this other side off. There we go. Till you drop the socket off the end, you know. Aye. See, the whole car went up, but you could probably take a little more pressure off of it, but keep going. Wow. Okay. We may have to move it in to get more leverage. Yeah, let's lower it down slowly. Slide it over a little bit so we get a little bit more leverage. Okay, hold on. There we go. Yeah, let's go a little more. There, right there. Okay, there should be an Allen wrench. Okay, so we got this Allen wrench here, and in the inside of this, it takes an Allen wrench to loosen it. And you twist it, and you twist it until it finally comes out. Oh, this is reverse, so I was going the wrong way. So you got to go in with it. Ow, yay, yay. And this is what sets the caster camber on this too. I'll show you when I get it out, if I even get there.
So close. Yeah, it's not like I don't have sockets to put on this thing. I can get it out quick, but here we are. There we go. Yeah, that's kind of boring. Yeah, I'll show you when it comes out. This might have a bunch of pressure.
Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, this is what holds the upper, or the spindle to the upper control arm. I don't know if you can see the size of that, or side, but this little one is offset to this big one. This big's got threads, and that small piece has got threads too. And so that, as you rotate, will adjust those. So I got that out so I can lower the bottom, or lower the spindle and everything, and get the spring out. So I'm going to pull the brake line off because it has to go pretty much all the way to the ground, and then I got to raise it up because that spring is so stinking big. So I'll get moving there and see what we come up with. Okay, we got it out. Here's the spring. So that's all out of there. I had to lay this all the way on the ground, which I could have went reverse, but then this would be in the way and I wouldn't be able to see very well. So I had to drop it down. I need to redo the brakes anyway on this, so it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, I finally got it down, and I'll get it put back, kind of installed. I'm going to take some measurements so I know what I want to do. I haven't decided what I want to do yet. I've been kind of torn with just maybe lopping off 2 springs, or 2 coils, but I don't want it to be not low enough. I could knock off 3, but that might be too low. I don't know. So we'll see. I'm gonna clean it up and then go from there. You're always supposed to do this in a very well ventilated area.
This is not well ventilated. However,
it's fine.
We are OSHA approved.
Oh yeah.
Totally.
Got the proper footwear.
Yeah.
Yep. Proper face mask. Proper PPE.
Right.
Good to go. Cream corn. Yeah. That one looks pretty good over there. Yeah. Well, here we go. I went ahead and just pop. That should lower it some, huh? I mean, if you look, 1, 2, 3 coils, at least 3 inches. Probably closer to 4, but we'll put it back in and see what happens. Well, it's back on the ground now. The rear hasn't been touched yet. In the front, we kind of jacked up right to where it was before. And when you, so both springs are back in. We cut off 2 whole coils. So lower it down and see what it does. Well, there you go. Do we have any? Got a little bit of spring left in it, but it ain't enough to drive. But it'll be kind of what we're somewhat going for. So it does. I think I'm just gonna probably put it on air ride. It'll be easier to control the height. Not that it's too low, but I think it looks pretty good. What do you think? What do you think, Mace?
Not low enough. No such thing as
airbag guys over here. Just no such thing as too low, but you can't even drive over a speed bump without having to air it up. I can probably still drive over a speed bump. Yeah, so looks pretty good. You can definitely tell that the rear is way higher than the front. We bring that back down about the same amount, you're gonna look just dynamite. Yeah. Let's just throw a hubcap on there. Do you think the Steelies or the hubcaps? I'm partial to a hubcap kind of guy, but oh yeah. What do you think? So go from that side. You got this side with hubcaps, and then you can go to the other side, or that side. Obviously, we clean the wheels up. I don't know. I guess they're easy to pull on and off. You can do whatever one you like during that day, I guess. So, there we go.
Go.